Hi, this is Fileva here, and I'm continuing today my amazing interviews with my incredible coaches that specialize in a certain area of personal development. And today I have the amazing Jasmina Papakyriacou here with me. I think I said that right, finally. Jasmina is an author, coach, speaker, and an entrepreneur like myself, and I'm sure like a lot of you watching this. And today we're going to be talking about the relationship you have with oneself and relationships in general and loving those relationships. Hi, Jasmina. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me today. How are
Hi,
you?
Tina. Thank you for inviting me. Pleasure. It's pleasure to be here with you and to give people as much as I can for the time of the interview. I will share my experience with you.
Yeah, thank you. So tell our the people watching us, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
What I do, I'm specialized in relationships. I'm coaching. I'm after so many workshops and trainings and training programs. Also author of 2 books, but they're in Bulgarian. Very soon I'm going to write in English as well. And I coach people. I help people through all the trainings, programs, and coaching to achieve their successful relationships, to love themselves and love their relationships. This is what I do.
Amazing. So how do you choose this area out of all areas out there within coaching? You know, I always tell people you need to pick an area, you need to be specialized, because the term coach is very, very broad. And I think relationships is a very, very important, very interesting subject. So how did you get to pick that? Why relationships?
Yes, absolutely. I agree with what you're saying. And why relationships? Because we've got relationships with anything and everything. Because, and what makes me expert in this field is I had in the past all kind of relationships. I passed through a lots of relationships. My relationships wasn't that great, and all my experience of overcoming toxic relationships, abusive relationships, family relationships, you name it, all kind of relationships. So that gives me the experience and the knowledge and make me who I am today by overcoming my challenges in relationships. So why relationships? I used to do holistic coaching, but now I mainly stopped in this area because I've realized that we've got relationships with anything and everything in this world. You name it, everything, even success, we've got relationship with the success. To have success, you need this important and great relationship that will take you there, because we are born, and we are related human beings, that we cannot exist without relationships. We are always relating to something, to society, to group, to networking, to friends, to anything you like in life. So that's why relationships are important. We're always relating to something or someone in order to get us or destroy us in anything in life. So our relationships can make you or break you.
Yes.
That's our relationship.
Yes, absolutely. So it's not just about personal or intimate relationships or within the family. It's absolutely, when you say relationships, you actually mean everything. And I guess what underpins that is the one you have with yourself. It starts with loving yourself, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We need to know who we are, what would you like, and we need to relate to people in order to get there, or we need to relate to us, to our wills, to our self-love in order to get where we'd like to be. So that's how important now, because we cannot give people something we haven't got with ourselves. And why I'm saying relationship with ourselves, because this is the greatest one. This is the greatest relationship all can have. And this is the person who takes you anywhere in your dreams and in your challenges and your success, in everything. And this person is in front of your mirror. So that's why the relationship with us, with ourselves, with yourself, it's the most important one. So because from this one begins all the others.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely, absolutely agree. It all starts and people, and the sooner you realize it, the sooner you start to cherish that and work on that first, and everything else will start, will go from there more easily. So I know that you have a very, in terms of your expertise, I know you have a counseling background as well, and you're an NLP practitioner as well, and I think you have a number of other approaches that you work with. So it's very interesting for me, and I think for the people watching us as well. What sort of approaches do you work with? Because there's a big difference between peer coaching, between peer counseling, between NLP, and I think a combination of these, it can be an absolutely outstanding gem, that, you know, an absolutely outstanding combination, basically, an outstanding expertise. So tell us a little bit more about that. What is it, that the approach that you work with, and how you combine them to bring the results for your clients?
Interesting question, dear. Thank you for asking, because coaching is completely different than counseling and NLP approach. So at one stage, it was very difficult for me to, to define myself. Who am I? Because I'm a hypnotherapist as well. And what is my approach? My approach is what the clients need me to be. Because when you have these skills, you can combine them and achieve the desired result of the client. Because we are different, all people are different, and different approaches, different methods, different skills works for everyone. And as long as they get the results, it doesn't matter. All it matters the results, and the client to be happy and to achieve the desired result in any area of their lives, especially having great relationship with themselves, overcoming challenges, loving themselves, overcoming fears. It's all that in relation with, everything is in relation with our self-relationship, because we start from us, our way of thinking, the model of thinking. NLP is great because sometimes psychology is not enough. I had a client, not underestimated the psychologist, my respect. I had a client who took her daughter to a psychologist, and she said is very experienced psychologist, but sometimes magic, you know, or transformation, I call it magic because it's a result, it's like a wow result. Magic begins when logic ends, and in NLP there is a lots of skills that they don't make sense, they don't make logic, like psychology, you know, logic, they haven't got logic, but they work, and it doesn't matter, as long as they work, that's all that matters. Yeah, so NLP is very powerful skill to apply with the coaching. It's the metaphysics side of things, which it can be experienced, it cannot be explained.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely agree with you. And I agree that it's down to, if it works, it works. It doesn't have to be always 100% logical. I used to believe that, but now I think that if whatever works. Now, do you believe that there's certain techniques that that are more suitable for certain types of problems, or a certain type of structure to the way? I mean, I know you said that everyone's different, but is there a certain type of sequence, is the word I'm looking for, that you follow? I'll tell you where my question comes from. So for instance, I believe that when it comes to overcoming a trauma, for instance, I believe that the first step would be healing the pain, and techniques that go deep into your subconscious mind are very suitable for that normally, right? Like hypnotherapy, like you mentioned. But then if you heal the pain without changing the pattern that you know that you tend to go through, you might not change, you might encounter the same thing in the future, you might not actually change your life for the future. So do you believe that there are certain techniques that are more helpful for certain situations, or does it depend entirely on the person and their preference in terms of what's going to work for them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are different techniques for certain things, for overcoming certain but it's always the pain, because no pain, when people have a pain, that's their challenge, pain in certain area. And for example, in the relationship, it's because pain is created because of relationship. And yes, you have to work of the roots of the problems, and different skills apply to different people, because sometimes people say, oh, I don't want to be hypnotized, if they don't know about hypnosis. But it's all about getting to that state, about that level, like an alpha or theta, and dealing with the pain, because they can be in there and here, and understanding what's going on, understanding their pain, and overcome it. There is some, for example, people who doesn't see results in a pain, but they want to be from A to Z, for example. Coaching is very good to take them from where they are to where they want to be. But NLP especially is a combination of psychology, metaphysics, different techniques, and tools that, yeah, they can solve almost every problem. When I say almost, because you cannot solve a problem if the person doesn't need to, but when the person is ready and needs to solve the problem, there is no problem that cannot be solved. Everything can be solved or overcome it, or easy it. If it's not completely solved, at least to be at easy.
Yeah, absolutely. But like you said, the person needs to be ready, and that's quite important, I think, in coaching. Needs to be ready for a change in anything. Okay, so would you like to tell us about some interesting cases or some interesting experiences, clients that you've had, situations that you've had, something specific that you have worked with in
yes,
times?
Yes. It's very interesting. I have all kind of scenarios, especially in the relationships, because we're talking about relationships, about when people come, always they think the problem is something else, but it happens to be them, it happens to be their own challenges. And where the problems begin, because this is issue 99% of people usually pointing to the others, because they think that their problems is related to other people, but they're not. And you cannot self-challenge or overcome anything in life unless you point the fingers to yourself. I'm so sorry, because sometimes in relationships get interrupted, like delivery, for example, and we cannot go live without somebody knocking on the door. Sorry. I'll be just a minute. I know that interrupt our interview. Yes, actually, and thank you. Yes. So yes, this is a good example. Actually, I'm glad that this happened, even if it doesn't seem so professional, somebody interrupting interview and not getting no for an answer and keep ringing, keep talking. But this is how life is. You know, people get in the way. You know, sometimes I have a challenges, because you asked me about interested relationships that I had. Some people, when they see great relationship, it's like, you know, human nature is strange. You know, sometimes they want to interfere, sometimes they want to break relationships. Because I had couples with people who are married, for example, they like their relationship, or sometimes I have couples that they like to break other relationship in order to be with the person they like. And yeah, it's a good example. For example, we are talking to you, but somebody interfere, and if he doesn't have a no for answer.
Yeah, no matter how much you plan, there's always the unexpected, right? No matter how much you plan out your day, your life, something can happen. It's about how you react to it.
Absolutely, it's all about. I'm glad that this has happened, because it's all about reacting. I could have ignored and getting uncomfortable and getting interrupt, or I can just react quickly, respond to it, solve the problem and continue. And that's it. This is how it's in life. That's a real relationship. Yeah. That's all about, because there is not, when we're talking about, if we talk about couples relationships, what usually happen, many people expect that is, oh, they're married and they live ever happily after. That thing doesn't exist.
No.
I hope it doesn't exist. ever stronger after, overcoming things together after, we love each other more after. Yes, yes, it is. But ever have only happy moments doesn't exist in life. You know, there is no true happiness in, there is happiness, but full happiness in every area of life. We always need to achieve something. We always need to improve something.
Yeah, it's how you grow. It's going through those moments of how you grow. So, by the way, I see you have some amazing golden, white, gray balloons behind you. Well, what is that?
What is that? This is my good setup now for our interview, but not only. I had them previously, and because this is the area I'm sitting now. So this is actually my new relationship with my grandchild. Yeah, this is what it is, because I have these balloons to celebrate. My daughter is pregnant, she is expecting, yeah, and you see, it's all about preparation, about relationships. You cannot, you see, life began, yeah, in mother's tummy. It doesn't exist, but you prepare, and this is how it's in all relationship. This could be a good example. You prepare for the relationships before they exist. What I mean is celebrate. You know what to expect. You offering to relationships, because many people they demand relationship, but the key of successful relationship is being that person, being the person you wish to relate with, because many people they demand on or clients on demand on successful and happy relationships. But you know, sometimes, because I'm very strict as a therapist and coach, and I say, okay, what's your challenges and what do you like about yourself, what you do not like about yourself? Because what you like of yourself is your strength, but what you dislike about yourself, this is exactly what you need to work on. And would you spend time with yourself? And if the answer is yes, great. But if the answer is no, so you need to work. And sometimes in relationships, we are not honest. There is no trust. The trust is broken. And why people destroy their relationships or going apart? Because there is no honesty between them. They don't express their feelings. They're pointing the fingers to each other. But always we have to point fingers to ourselves and say, how can I make this better? How can I help you? How can I make you feel better? Yes. Or in a certain relationship, when something doesn't work, instead of blaming and shaming and making another person feel guilty, which is most of the cases, maybe you can say, look, you know, this makes me feel in a certain way, but it's because it's always about us. Sometimes it's not even the other person, but because we have some buttons pressed from the past experience, from traumas. And most of the times people experience traumas in their life when they're children, because children are like a paper. They're pure, innocent, imagine one white paper where everyone they come in contact, leaving mark on them, good or bad. And after that, in adulthood, you know, they believe what they're programmed to believe, because children are programmed to believe and to experience what they experience. But even so, when they become adults, they have a choice. We always have a choice to believe what we are programmed to believe, because we can always program ourselves. It's like it's like a software, you know, of the computer. It's very simple, you know. You tune yourself. Thinking, tune what to think, because thinking is a choice. So thinking, so there your focus go. Meaning, you're giving a meaning of something, and there is your action. This is how you act on things, and this is what shapes our reality in relationships, and our success in relationship also. Because when you program yourself, or go and see a therapist or counselor or any peer, anyone can help you, because we cannot deal with ourselves alone. I have a coach, I have a mentors, and I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that they give me the skills, they teach me, so I always like to learn from the best, so I can give the best, so I can be the best version of myself. So I think everyone should be. you're not alone. You don't need to suffer on your own. If your relationships are not going great, just go and see somebody who help you. But it's our choice, you know. There is some routes to will to go alone, but we're never alone. There is always in the shape of thought of a light or a person who's going to guide us there, regardless where you want to go in life. We are never alone.
Yeah.
Help is always available.
Yes, absolutely beautiful. I love that. I love that last bit. And I also love when you said that sometimes people want a certain relationship, but they haven't become the person they need to be for that. They want it, they want to have something, but they're not ready for it, or they're not, you know, they wouldn't spend time with themselves. It's great. I actually had I made a video the other day on this. You have to decide what you want to have, but then you have to become the person in order to have that first, you know, and then you let your reality catch up with you. So always start with yourself. There are a lot of people, some people out there just try to get something, but they're not ready for it. They're not ready to give in return, and they haven't become the person that they need to become to be ready for the right relationship that they desire so much. Okay, great. So what type of people should contact you? What type of, do you have any type of people that you particularly work with? Who should contact you they wanted to work with you? And again, I absolutely agree with you that it's okay and it's necessary, and it's great to seek someone to see your relationship or whatever it is you're going through from a different perspective and help you get through it faster and better. Because sometimes you cannot, some things are meant to be done on your own and some things aren't. So it's okay to seek help. So back to my question, who should contact you? Do you have any group that you work with, or who should contact you to work with you?
With entrepreneurs, with coaches, with people who want to take it to the next level, or trainers. So anyone who experience, obviously, if you're not yet, but you're looking to become one, or you're starting a business, because you also need to build your relationships with yourself and with others, because business is all about relationships. So the small business owners and people starting business can also contact me. Always, if you're looking to develop yourself to the next level, yes, please. If that's you, contact me. I'll be more than happy to help you take it to the next level.
Great. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jasmina, for today. I think that was really, really interesting. Do you have anything else you'd like to say before we finish that? And then my last question to you will be how people can contact you. But before that, do you have any last words you'd like to say to people watching us?
Yes. Many people, I will use the language here, have bullshit involved in their relationships. So my greatest, if you remember 3 things, you know, from this interview, and if I would like you to remember 3 things, that will be: start relationships with yourself. That's the first one. Second one, take action. Whatever it needs to change, don't run away, because it doesn't matter. You might go to the end of the world, but you know, something that needs to be done, it has to be done, and there is you to deal with it. Don't run away from the problems, solve them. And another thing that is my favorite, and I was always saying to all my clients, my friends, and people who get in contact with me: love your fears. Love your fears, my friends, because your greatest fears, when you overcome them, they are your greatest gifts in life.
Yes, they become your greatest strengths. And this is your brand as well, isn't it? Love your fears. This is
this is the training that's coming very soon. Love your fears, and it's going to be life transforming. Also, because you asked me how people can contact me, they can. I prefer people to contact me in Facebook. Also, I would be. I'm starting next year yearly mastermind group. If you like to join me on the mastermind group, write in the comment below when you watch this video, mastermind group, and I will send you more information. And if you like to book a session with me or get in touch with me, I will be happy to help you overcome any challenges you have in relationships.
Amazing. So if you'd like to speak to Jasmina, who is incredible, as you can see, in relationships, she can help you with relationship with yourself, any sort of relationship issue that you're going through, contact her directly on her personal profile, right? When you're watching this video, or comment mastermind group if you'd like more information about that in the comments underneath. Thank you so much, Jasmina, for today. And I'm sure we'll speak to you very, very soon. And I'm sure people are looking to speak to you as well.
Thank you, Bea, and thank you all for watching. Love your fears and overcome them, because they're your greatest gift. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching all. This is Dale with the Expert Coach. Thank you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.